Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of the 8 Morning 92 podcast where we always keep it 100. You heard none of them sound effects, did you?
Nah.
Hey, hey,
Told y'all niggas I was gonna keep it street.
oh, then how you coming, Glock?
Pause.
Okay.
It's the 8 Morning 92 podcast. You know how we do. We always keep it 100.
Yeah.
Yo, 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 before they ban us off of YouTube for playing scripted music. Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the 8192 podcast where we always keep it 100. I'm your host, Harrison.
Bitch, what's good?
What's good? What's good? What's good with you, my man? You weren't here last week, but we are glad to have you back, man. What's been going on, man? We heard you was on the run, but we glad they didn't catch you. You know, a lot of people's getting locked up, Big U, Yellow Beezy. I'm glad they didn't get Black and Tall Beezy out of the way. So, man, I'm glad you're safe, man. You know,
Good thing I'm not affiliated with those brothers, but prayers to them.
this ain't no jumper,
man.
so we ain't got to worry about you getting jammed up.
Fuck out of here. But no, man, I was back home in Indiana, man. We were celebrating my mom.
Indiana,
Chill out.
South Bending.
I was in South Bend, Indiana,
Pause.
where we don't call each other Indianimals. But no, we were celebrating my mom's 60th birthday and her retirement from her long time tenure at Notre Dame. So yeah, I had to make that trip, man. Celebrate Mom Dukes, you know what I'm saying? Fellowship with the family and everything. Had to get up out of there though.
Oh, okay, yeah, I heard that. Started kicking down the doors, huh?
Fuck out of here.
No, man. So, glad to have you back. Tony, on the other hand, just sent a message. I'm reading it now. Tired of Mitch being off the show. I'm here every week. It's always something. Fuck it. Now it's my time to be off. So, Tony, I want everybody to know that he's taking his days off of leave because Mitch decided not to be here. Now, Tonio don't want to be here. So now Tonio said he was going up the stairs, came around the corner, stubbed his toe. He's going to be out for at least 7 days. We record on Sundays. But,
and it was the pinky toe, too.
Oh, man. And a big nigga with a pinky toe is like a pig losing his tail. Like, once that shit, you lose that curl to you might as well throw the spud away.
Nah, man. Get well soon, my nigga Tone, man.
You know what I'm saying? If not,
under the weather.
If not, man, you can find Tonio in your favorite store for your best favorite barbecue flavored pork rinds. They got the Mississippi Gulch. We'll do some Tonio rinds ASAP.
Nigga,
But
Tonio rinds is crazy. No,
Tonio rinds is ASAP, man. But a lot of stuff that happened. We kick off Drama Field Week this week. Speaking of hosts. Jess Hilarious decided to start off the week going on live. I don't know what day. I want to say it was on Tuesday. She went on live basically addressing what was speculation around the Breakfast Club. If anybody hadn't noticed that Jess got picked as a third or didn't know, Jess got picked as a third co-host of the Breakfast Club after Angela Yee left.
All right, Webby. Said, all right, Webby, Angela Lee.
Oh yeah, Charlotte McGay. Yeah, I got some names on here, boy. And not too long after she became the third permanent host, she got pregnant. In that time, she had Lauren LaRosa fill in for her, and then when she came back, as Jess Hilarious said, Lauren never left. So in between that time, you've seen like a lot of distinction, or just be with Jess coming back, she would have to take off a lot of times just because of the new baby, and Lauren would still fill in. So between that, a lot of online chatter from the academics, from the Corey Holcombs, from people, and then a lot of online comments would just say like, yo, Lauren does a better job than Jess. How did Jess lose her job? And then finally, Jess just went online and addressed it. And before we get to the part about Jess and them addressing on the Breakfast Club the next day, how did you feel about all of it?
My favorite take on the whole thing was Corey Holcombs. Somebody came in with talent, and they did better than you. They took your spot, basically. Just Hilarious is essentially Tanya Randall from Love and Basketball, that trash ass movie. Uh, but she came in, took Jess' spot, Jess came back salty about it, and she can't do nothing about it. I mean, you said you planned on getting pregnant. You shouldn't have planned it as soon as you took a new job. That's just the bottom line. Why would you, especially knowing that all eyes are gonna be on you as the brand new third co-host? Why would you plan to do something that'll take you away from your job that you just got? That shit's crazy to me. Corey Holcomb tore her ass apart, and I loved every minute of it because they've been beefing since Wilding Out anyway. I loved every minute of it.
Freaky ass Mitchell.
This
What
nigga
Corey?
here, bro.
What
I
Corey
said
Holcomb
tore
do?
ass apart. I ain't say tore out the frame. I ain't say ripped her a new asshole or nothing like that. I just said
Goddamn, you said it now. What you mean? Okay.
motherfucker, cause all right, bro. I can't say nothing. Can't say nothing.
No, man. I was just saying. I mean, look, I get that part. So the only part I had with Jess's comment is when she said she chose to have that's what she wanted now. And I mean, you it was kind of that was the part where she said I guess if she would have said she just so happened to get pregnant and she like dealt with it, but she said she chose to have that baby now.
Like you made yourself
Right
look
when you just got the new job.
And
but to me personally, I don't like Lauren.
I watched that whole process too of like them trying to choose a third host and everything like that. And Lauren was one of the front runners for the job. You know what I'm saying? So you knowing that and you being a part of that process, you shouldn't have been cocky enough to take yourself away from it, knowing that she was the next runner up and she got experiencing this shit already. My fault for cutting you off. But yeah, that shit was just not smart.
I think that, like I said, I just think that so you got so you got that situation transpire. So then they bring it to the Breakfast Club. So then how do you feel they handled that? Like when they got to the Breakfast Club, how do you feel like it was handled from the radio? Do you feel like it was handled properly? Do you feel like it was handled messy? Because at that point, you know, Charlemagne is in it, which I felt he was really goofy. I felt that, you know, he didn't take it serious, and Envy said his piece. Jess is crying on there, and then Lauren gets to address Jess, you know, one-on-one.
Said about it, yeah. I honestly feel like, especially with Envy's piece of it, he was like, hey, we pulled you to the side. You know what I'm saying? We asked you if you was cool with this. You gotta keep it real in that situation, whether you gonna look like a hater or not. If you don't want nobody in your spot while you gone, say, hey, I don't want nobody in my spot while I'm gone. That's it. Point blank, period. You can't be like, oh, I'm a team player and yeah, she can do this or she can do that. Charlemagne and Envy done ran that show as a two-man pause for a long time with Angela being gone. I knew that was that's on the tab. But no, they ran that show together like without a third host for X amount of time, just fine. So they would have been all right with you being absent, postpartum and everything like that, without having somebody there. Because Envy would do the rumor report or whatever it was called while Angela was there. So you should have just said straight up, I don't want nobody in my seat. I don't want nobody taking my spot. I don't want nobody taking my segment. It's mine. It's called Jess with the Mess, not Lauren with the Mess or nothing like that. You should have just straight up said that. Not said, oh, I'm cool with it, and then reneged afterwards. Like, shit, you just look corny.
This is a part where I feel like this is where I kind of play my devil's advocate. So this is why I kind of like that. You know, Charlemagne, for the better part of since his fame is kind of hit, he's been kind of straddling both sides of the fence. Like, you pressing for mental health and everything, or you pressing for like he picks and chooses what he wants to be aware of. Right. And in the instance for Jess, they're the radio. And I get what he said. Like, I'd rather have the callers tell me how they feel about it because they're the ones who listen to the Breakfast Club every day. But he goes through this nonchalantness where he acts like who's these people? Who's these people? Who's these people? You're the radio. You are a consumer-based entity, meaning everything that you do is based off what people say. So with Jess getting upset about what people are saying about her, the same how Envy took it, F what they saying. Y'all have to do something based off of what the fans think. The whole reason why y'all are going off of the whole reason why y'all do y'all show is based off of what the fans' opinions are. So Charlemagne gets to this point where he's like, well, who's saying this? Who's saying that? He does that about a lot of stuff, which kind of gets annoying because like now you acting like you so out of touch of what's going on. And then for Jess, his whole thing is like, I get it. Lauren's up here and it kind of highlights, it makes her look bad when she's doing the segment that Jess did. And it's like Jess just kind of sitting there and y'all haven't figured out a way to incorporate her. And I get like y'all aren't defending her. And it's like, y'all could have shut down a lot of stuff. Yeah, we talk about it behind the scenes, but fuck it, let's sit there and address it. Y'all haven't had a situation where y'all had to address anything. Last time something happened was when Gucci Man was calling Angela Yee out her name and DJ Envy. Well, DJ Envy said something to Gucci Man, but Charlamagne sitting there letting them say something to him. Rick Ross is saying something about it. Like, people call y'all out, and that's when y'all sit there and say something about people, but y'all are saying y'all see justice coming under fire, academics and everybody, and y'all saying like, just ignore them, just ignore them, just ignore them. They're gonna pit y'all against each other. Well, you know how you can keep people from pitting them against each other is stopping and saying, hey, this is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what, this is what we're gonna do going forward.
Yeah.
And then that's how you silence all that noise right there.
Yeah.
I think Lauren probably handled it the best because I mean Lauren basically seemed like she got the poopy end of the stick. But I can see also from Lauren's standpoint, you telling her to shut up and all this. But there was one part of the live where Charlemagne was egging on, like, don't tell her to be quiet, tell her to shut up. That'll make it look good. And then for you to be like, who's saying this or who's saying what? Like, you keeping the stuff going on. And you talking about we pitting black women against each other. You egging on the comments where she's like, shut up or do this. And I can understand the tension when y'all don't come on the line and say, okay, we was playing around, but this is what's really going on. So yes, you can do it behind closed doors, but y'all do it behind closed doors isn't going to stop the chatter. But now y'all doing it on live can put the stuff to bed.
And as a team, like, I do agree with Jess, like, all the mess that she did take from outside, that should have been shut down by Envy and Charlamagne. Like, we a squad, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already got the last female co-host up out of here for some behind the scenes shit. And y'all defended her down, you know what I'm saying, after she left. Like, that's our sister. Y'all supported, like, y'all constantly vocalize y'all support for her. So y'all got to do the same for Jess when she taking fire. No matter if it's between her and Lauren or just, you know what I'm saying, just outsiders giving a unwanted opinion. Like, y'all gotta be like, hey, this our sister, we gonna figure it out. This our, you know what I'm saying? She just part of the team. And as far as your point of like trying to incorporate her and Lauren, since Lauren didn't leave, they need to figure that out as far as like just, all right, just take one topic. Lauren is like the B mic on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she lead just with the mess and Lauren just back her up type shit. Like, that would make sense to me. But yeah, as a squad, Charlamagne and Envy definitely should have publicly defended her way better than they did. That shit was non-existent for real.
So I did want to ask you, why do you feel like it is so hard for like shows to last or make the format fit with new co-hosts? I mean, we aren't like new to co-host ourselves. I mean, this show started with Banks, moved to Josh, and then you Antonio came on. I mean, I had to move to myself, but I mean, just in general, you migrate and change the shows and formats and things like that. Why do you feel like co-hosts why do you feel like it's such hard time if you do have to change a co-host for it to, like, you can look at Stephen A or Skip Bayless, Skip and Shannon, and I'm sorry, the Shannon Sharp and the Stephen A Smith as examples for Skip Bayless and all that. Like, you don't get lightning in a bottle twice.
Yeah.
Unlike Skip or Rock. Why do you feel like it's so hard to get a stable co-host if you have such a rock solid host of a show?
Well, with a show like The Breakfast Club, they've been on for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So people got used to those same three people. Even down to Envy's intro, like DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God, We Are the Breakfast Club. People got used to hearing that for over 10 years, and then all of a sudden Angela left. So it just boils down to people don't really do well with change. Um, Even with the tryouts for Jess to fill in the spotlight, you could tell that the chemistry it just wasn't gonna be there right away. You know what I'm saying? It just boils down to chemistry and change. With Skip and Shannon, we love seeing them two niggas argue. And then I don't even turn the TV on to Skip Bayless show anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just we got so we got
I think he just has a YouTube show.
yeah, I wouldn't know because I ain't followed him since Shannon left for real. Like we covered it when a couple niggas was on there with Skip right after they split, but I ain't really paid attention to Skip Bayless. But like even with Stephen A moving from where was he at first before he went to First Take?
He was on ESPN.
No, I'm saying he was on another show before he got
his own show.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. It's just people don't do well with change. Like you start seeing you gonna see a spike in like viewership and everything like that just to check out the new motherfucker on the show. But once they see that the content not as good or the chemistry ain't as like it's not as well of a mesh, they gonna dwindle out.
Speaking of dwindling out, I don't know if this would be. I don't want to sit there and say it, and then they do two more. But I don't know if like the wokeness of Hollywood seemed like to dwindle out. But Snow White's came out this weekend, and it's like it's going to be a box office failure. $240 million budget is going to bring in $3 million. Have you seen anything on it?
I've been seeing the same trailer. I'm gonna wait until it hits Disney Plus myself.
So this will probably be the easiest example I could give you of why it's probably going to fail. Let me see if I can get it for you.
No longer 1937. It is not going to be saved by the prince. She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. I watched it for the first time in probably 17 years. The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power. No longer 1930s.
Hey, dog. What? If you remake
your dumb ass down.
Like, come on, like what? That's the same, like shit like that is the same reason I didn't like the damn live action version of Mulan. I ain't watched 10 minutes of that shit.
I didn't even watch
it. You forgot it was a live action version of Mulan, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget what me and Isaiah was talking about today at the park. But I mean, shit like that is why I'm like, why even waste your time remaking it? This is why I say Hollywood needs to just move away from remaking our classics. Now, Snow White is not what the ones I consider a classic. Anything from 1990 and down, Lion King, Goofy movie, the first Black Father Son movie, Toy Story, The Incredibles, anything like that. Those are like don't remake those. You know what I'm saying? Don't live action that shit. Like, make your own Lilo and Stitch. Y'all don't have to remake everything. Make original fucking content. But this is what I mean when I say, like, this shit gotta stop. Like, don't nobody care about, like, first off, we gave you a pass because the movie is Snow White, not Snow Hispanic, not Snow Brown, not Snow Tan. Like, it's Snow White and the Seven Doors. Y'all had to get rid of doors and CGI little people because you offended the dwarf community, but then you pissed off the dwarf community because you took away acting jobs from dwarf people that wanted. Yeah, you excluded them from getting jobs because somebody spoke who they shouldn't have. I think it was I don't know if it was a guy from I don't know the order, so you don't quote me which order it is, but the guy from Game of Thrones spoke on behalf of dwarf people and said it was offensive, or the guy on behalf of Game of Thrones said that he didn't think it was offensive. One or two. I think he spoke against it. And then Wee Man was like, yo, we could have auditioned for the role of the dwarfs. So you taking acting roles for people that are dwarfs because y'all out here trying to be too politically correct. Right. And so basically they made this politically correct movie about something that you remade, which we knew it didn't make sense in 2025. So you should have just left it the cartoon as it is. And you get this one person who she's not white, who has to go through all this stupid stuff, and then she goes on this press tour to basically pan the movie that she's making, thinking that she's doing some type of deep shit, and it's like you just basically ruined the film for yourself. So it's gonna do horrible, and I hope this like puts an end to everything about trying to appease and be politically sensitive to all these dumbasses out there. Go back to hurting people's feelings. Go ahead.
Even then, bro, like, even if you want to be politically correct or, you know what I'm saying, not offend people and shit like that, stick to the original story. Like, case in point, Little Mermaid. Ariel in the cartoon, white. Ariel in the live action, Halle Bailey, black. That was pretty much the only difference, and probably the place that it was set in.
Actually, you missing the key factor in both of them. A fucking not real creature. And they kept it they kept it both in both. So I didn't know it was a color on Mermaid, period. But I understand. I've never seen a mer anything. Yeah. So the fact that you had to color it up for me was its own. But this is a part that kills me. And they do this shit in comic movies all the time. Don't sit there and be like, I want to say, what movie was it? Was it Captain Marvel or something like that? Don't sit there and take on an iconic franchise and say, I never read any of the source material. Then, bitch, you don't need
you shouldn't be here.
You shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember what movie it was. I want to say it was something. But the movie, if you would have read the comics, the whole point of the person using their powers a certain way was if you would have read the comic, they would have shot their powers out the exact same way in the comic. But since you didn't read the comics, you had to create the way that, like, I don't know, like they shot the power out their ass instead of shooting the power out their arms. Well, if you would have read the comics, you would shot they would shot out their wrist. But the point of the joke was saying, like, well, you know, I just wanted to be original and shoot out the asshole. Like, I'm tired of y'all taking these, like, Taika Waititi did that on the second Thor, which ended up getting him panned. I think the only person that did that with a spite was a dude who did the Joker 2, but he made that shit terrible because he didn't want to make a second one. And I'm like, stop giving these people roles to do these movies who don't read the source material, sitting here just making shit on their own, bro. Like, we fall in love with these books, these novels, and want to see it on screen for a reason. Some of us stopped reading a long time ago just so we can see the visual formats of it, and you fucking up what I thought it was. So when I don't like it in the video format, then who you think don't like it also in the parts that read the book format? And I'm just tired of people coming out there. Bitch, you ain't no artist like you think you are, okay? Bro. All it take is a nigga to sit there and get a pencil, write a straight line, and tell a nigga who want to pay for it and say that's art. That's all it takes for you to be an artist. I'm telling you, it don't take nothing major out this world for you to sit there and be special. Really, it take a couple things for you to be special. One, for you to be able to drool, come down the side of your lip, and also for you to be on the bus shorter than everybody else. The third way is for you to be diagnosed. That's the 3 ways for you to sit there and be special. Okay. Other than that, I mean, that ain't nothing out this world for you to be special. So stop thinking that you gonna be this top tier director. Okay. I don't need to see your vision, bitch. If you want to do that, make something that does not already have a fan base. Stan Lee did that shit, and whoever created Batman, or they already did it. So follow their platforms. All you need to do for your part to do your vision is fill in the pages so you can make it to an hour or 2 hours. Go ahead, Kendall.
If you want to be woke or you want to be innovative and shit like that, all right, cool. This ain't where you do that at. Like, we casted you. You don't have any creative control. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't support the message or if you didn't support the product, you should have never auditioned for the role. But since you did, fall in line. Like, come on here, shoot this movie, and then afterwards, whatever money you make from it, you can take that and put it into your own project where you can do all this women empowerment or, you know, supporting the little people and everything. Like, come on, bro.
Melvin was bagging shit as Harris fucking Teeter. Okay. After that, he knew how to be humble when he got roles. Okay. Your ass was reading scripts at Starbucks when all I told you to put was James on my coffee. Stop acting like you was doing something so extravagant because you was out there memorizing the I'm loving it lines off of McDonald's. Okay. Somebody said that you was so dramatic and you could have been an actor because I asked you to do the dishes and you sat there and fell out on the floor doing the most. That don't mean that you need to be up on Broadway. Just do the source material. If you're doing something from a long time ago, like they did this in the Harry Potter play, right? And I can see this. I saw it on Broadway. They changed one portion so Harry's son can fall in love or allude to that him and Severus's son, not Malfoy's son, allude to they got a relationship.
Yeah, I see that.
And at the end of the Cursed Child, right? Well, we're gonna be this for a long. Y'all know good and goddamn well, J.K. wouldn't have fell for that, but also he needed to save his son regardless. At no point did it really even apply to the story. You know what I'm saying? I think it was another one. Like some of the times where they do stuff, it's not inclusive to pushing the story along. Buzz Lightyear, when they added those 2 people into the film, the 2 mothers, it was really just a flash. But you really could have also did that without telling everybody it was 2 women.
Yeah, that didn't drive the story any direction.
None of it at all. It was all of 2 seconds.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I feel like the need to bring attention to something when it drives none of the story is so pointless. And then sometimes the need to include inclusion in things that are not realistic serves no point. If we're in an intergalactic society and none of the people are real, if you have 3 nipples or you have 4 shoulders or 2 heads, your sexuality shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't see myself in a klepazoid. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't need representation in that. You know, so I feel that I shouldn't see, oh my God, a part of that Tropopolot is a part of the Quail tribe because I'm Native American. Nigga, what the fuck? Just watch this shit. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't need to do this. And watching this, that you're going to pan Disney because you got somebody speaking up for rights that don't fucking matter. I told people last year, if you spend all your time not trying to make it progressive, Black Lives Matter, the Asian movement, only people that seemed to listen was Jewish people, and you wasted trying to finally speak up, they're only going to support you because Black people, they taking in racism off the football fields.
Right.
They're only going to support you until they no longer can get money off of you. So feminist movement, not feminist, not that nobody supports you. You just cost them $240 million to tell somebody that is 1937 and how you should not have somebody chasing after you. So I just want this to be the time that we
And
have
then
real
you
conversation.
and then you called the dude that was supposed to be the savior a stalker for real.
Mhm.
Like what?
So
Like
I
you
just
you
hope
so
that
anti-man that you had to do all that.
I
Now
just
I
hope
don't
that
now I don't want to wait for the damn movie to come to Disney Plus. It won't get a spin out of me.
I just hope that we just use this time to really we're wrapping it. I just hope we use this time to really go back and use this to end this whole gotcha moments. I hope we can go back to movies without looking to be offended. I hope we can go to comedy shows without being offended. And I also hope that we can use this to um get back to original content. I hope this ends the reboot or like live action or whatever and just get back to putting out original like projects. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't fuck up a good thing. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it.
Yeah, so all right, let's move on. March Madness is going on. All right, you want to do March Madness topic or you want to talk about Yay?
Let's talk about because I ain't really seen none of it, but I know I got an opinion on it. Either
Okay.
way.
So Ye went on one of his rants again. I don't really care about Kanye. I've been said this now. I don't know why this needed people to, kind of stop on the Kanye tour, but Kanye West basically put out another tweet basically asking why Jay-Z and Beyonce paraded the other kids out, Blue Ivy, and I want to say they paraded the girl out, but I'm assuming he alluded to the boy that you never see, Remy.
No, that's Sir. Rumi is
Oh,
the girl.
okay. Well, you would know. And I guess he said that the little boy has special needs or whatever. And he since deleted the tweet. But with this recentness going on, like, what do you feel? How do you feel about Kanye with this recent mess that's going on? And you feel like this is out of pocket? Was this your last straw? Or like, you think he's gonna get a pass for this, or is Jay-Z talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kid the last straw for him?
I didn't know. I didn't know none of that. That nigga might. That nigga Jay might send somebody after that nigga, man. The last thing I seen from Kanye myself
We're
was
talking about legal action, like their possibility of Mace thinking legal action.
yeah. I think he will. Or just like like a cease and desist or something like that. I see Hove doing that. Or just completely ignoring him because Hove is like above everybody, so nothing can really touch him. But for for somebody, I got a personal vendetta, like a personal disdain for this type of shit. Like I help get you on. You know what I'm saying? At one point, you was like family to me. You can
Mhm.
say anything you want about me. You can say anything you want about how I am as a man, but don't talk about my kids, dog. Especially when your kids are such a sensitive topic, and you in the
Yeah.
situation that you are in with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you know me, I hurt somebody over mine. So I feel like Jay Z is smart enough to really hit him where it hurt. You know what I'm saying? Pause. He's smart enough to make this shit hurt for him. Cause I don't see Jay Z just crashing out. Like I said, I could see somebody crashing out on behalf of Ho, but I
Mhm.
don't see him himself doing that. He at the most he will just like take legal action or get Kanye blackballed because he's
So the
blackballed.
so the tweet is, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're the R word, not like literally. No, like literally. He ain't saying not like he says, has anyone seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's young kids? And then he said no punctuation. They're the R word. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having R word children is a choice.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not Hove. I can only speak on what I would do. I would be at that man's head. I would be at that man's head. Like I said, this the last thing I seen from Ye. Chill, bro. The last thing I seen from Ye was when Jim Jones came out there. politic with him and everything like that. I guess they was talking about fashion and some music or whatever. Because Justin LeBoy had invited him out there to Japan or whatever. And then not too long after that, Kanye was tweeting "fuck Jim Jones." Like he went on that run of saying "fuck everybody." But this is a whole new level of ridiculous, bro. Like, don't talk about my kids. And Jay-Z did have his younger daughter at the Super Bowl with him and Blue Ivy. And it didn't, nothing looked visually wrong with her or nothing like that. They've always been private as a family, so just let them people be private, bro. Don't speak on my kids, because you don't want nobody speaking on yours. And how somebody went around you to get your daughter on their album that they just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Don't speak on nobody kids, because that's a sensitive subject for you. That make you crash out, so don't do it to nobody else. Especially somebody that would never do that to you.
I feel like, to me, when you I feel like it doesn't matter to me because I've already said he was a piece of shit so long ago. To me, I feel like for y'all to have to see him do something that it doesn't surprise me what he does, because he's been a piece of shit to me for a long time. So I guess for me, it shouldn't have to take. I guess it's like when they said, when it was alleged that Tory shot Meg, and niggas was like, you draw the line when you shoot a woman in the foot. I'm like, nigga, what? What do you mean you draw the line when you shoot a woman in the foot? What the fuck does that mean? Like, you could beat her ass, you could do this, you could, like, it should be other women, like it should be other limits to be drawn when enough is enough to like attack or do something trifling to a female. But shooting her in the foot is where you draw the line. And like to this is kind of like him saying, I don't know if,
I was just saying, I know of niggas that done way worse.
True that. Who?
I can't. Come on now.
Making sure, bro. But just give a hint.
Keep on, man. Go ahead.
But and then just to so it's just like Kanye has said, like, all this Harriet Tubman wasn't a slave, just all this like crazy stuff, right? And I remember when he was talking about Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa naked. And now he said something about Jay-Z and Beyonce kid, and all of a sudden that's where y'all draw the limit. It doesn't change the fact that like he's been trifling for a long time. So to me, I don't really have too much of an opinion, because my opinion about him has been about the same.
And he does this shit. He does the shit right before every time, right before something is about to drop.
And he dropped the song "Bully," and for once, you didn't see any traction on it. So
I ain't see. That's news to me. That's crazy though. Like this man will really go to any lengths to get attention on him. Like just for people to do the shit that we doing now, which is talk about it. But it is what it is. I'm gonna listen to whatever he dropped. His last shit was trash. It was beyond trash. But Kanye is Kanye as far as music goes. So I'll wait for the next shit to drop and still listen to it, and it'll either get multiple spins or a half a spin like the last one did.
No, I get you. Like I said, I just feel like, when y'all say enough is enough, let's really mean it. I mean, he's been canceled so many times. So I mean, let's just really mean it. I mean, y'all put him up there with R. Kelly.
Moving on.
I'm just saying, y'all making Tory go through worse, and every other day y'all find new information that he ain't did it. So I don't know. Just through the wire, it's been a long time since Good Morning.
Too.
You said what?
I said Tory's last shit was fire too.
Oh, I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, it was straight.
I need my quality, CD quality. Not inmate quality. I want to put you in 70 positions in 70 minutes. You did it, babe. You got a life screen when it ain't my first time, but baby girl, just keep this bump and grind. You already know that's what it is.
So on that, right? How did you feel about the Chris Breezy remix of Mutt? Or did you listen to it?
I heard like snippets, but I haven't like sat down. Like I heard people saying it sound like '05 Chris Brown.
It like his verse was it was on point. It just the quality of the sound was a little off to me, but overall it was fire.
I don't doubt Chris Brown. I knew it probably. I just like let it make its way to let it make its way to me. You know what I was sitting there thinking? I was like, man, if you go through a nigga's like, thankfully Apple play like gives you a playlist of that year. If you go through my 20, like a playlist tells you what you was really going through that year.
Yeah, no,
And
for
so
real.
like I was going through my playlist of 2022. And I was really trying to kill a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I was really trying to be the art of destruction. I'm talking about nigga, I was trying to be vengeance from Batman. Let me just tell y'all. We gonna go some. We just gonna segue it for about 2 seconds. Why? Because at this point,
is 22.
these YNs don't know shit because these niggas ain't talking about shit. I'm gonna just give y'all. We gonna go from 2016. I'm gonna just tell y'all. We just gonna go to the first 10 songs to let y'all know what kind of like mood I was in. Controller,
I was
Work.
about to say 2016 was all views for you. We know that.
Yeah, well, here go a different view from you. All right. So listen, Controller, Work, Faithful, Say It by Tory Lanez, Bottom of the Bottle, Currency, Used to It, Drake and Future, Piece of My Love by Guy, What's the Word for You? Okay, you're right. So it was all views. Anyways, that's 16. We go to 17. Come Through by Jacquees. Yeah. Are they like thunder? Future and Young Thug. That basically that whole fucking album was start to finish. Heart Cold by Rich Homie. Baby Come Over. Trey Songz. To the Max. I jumped up. I don't deep in white and black. That's 17. I'm still in the party mode. I'm in a good mode. I mean, met her at the club. All the bottles smoking up. It's 2018.
That was the
Still in a good mood. My mental is good. God's plan. I'm out here handing out dollars to people for no reason. Sicko mode. Now at this point, I'm talking to my dogs because that's what little baby come in. Boss life. Jacquees telling me to play the field. I don't know when I started slipping when I got to that ship. Now, still in my R&B mode, whatever, calm and cool, collected. No guidance, wobble up, jealous. Little G's in there. This is my top 10. I'm just going to top 10 songs.
What year you in right
We
now?
in 2019.
All right.
Come Together, Chris Brown. Gold Roses, No Brainer. Give me that honey love. Give me that honey love. I'm so into you now.
Don't know what. Nah, all right.
2020. I say, I say, oh man, Lucci, that boy, that 762. We don't play fifth.
Nah, what was the
You just gonna have to flag me, YouTube. Say, yeah. In the back of the skin, I just gotta trade it. My crib gold plated. And
nah. Remember what was the shit that when we went out in Houston, the weekend that COVID shut everything down.
We don't play it. Robberies and grand theft autos, I can't play it. Okay. That was my dog, little baby.
No. It was some shit that was like a little TikTok dance to or some shit.
Oh, you talking about that right there?
Yeah.
I can't remember what that one is. Oh, let's see. That's 21. Throat Baby came out and Damage, Lemon Pepper. This around time Jarvis about to be born. Gucci Pico. Now I'm on that ship. Starting to get a little crazy. Waukesha came out 22.
Oh shit.
This is the most violent soundtrack. You ready?
I'm ready.
Who Hotter Than Me, ESTG.
Okay.
Hooker to the O, Thug of Spades, Super Gremlin, Rumors, Gucci Man and Lil Durk, Run the Streets, Dope Game.
Nigga.
Cartel Swag by what you call it. How's my 22? My 23? Big extra plug. Boy, I'm talking about there's so much murder music on here. Let's go to this. I'm so ashamed of myself.
JMW Melly. Face ass.
Hold on. Cartel Swag, Hotel Lobby, Ambition for Cash. What happened to Virgil? Play with your bitch. G Code. God damn, boy, it's just murder music in 2022.
Hey,
Look, I don't know what it was, but your playlist would tell everything. I was a demon at that time. I'm talking about that's when I don't know if that's when I started listening to Vaughn for the first time, but let me just look at this shit. I went through took her to the old Crazy Story, Armed and Dangerous, Crazy Story 2.0.
You might as well have got the body back and just went on your Suge Knight shit.
Nigga, I'm talking about I was listening to that between that Dirk, Jeezy, Gucci Man. I'm talking about if you ask Tonio, it was one day at a game. It's this nigga named Atkins or whatever. He would just piss me off so bad. And I always tell people, I remember this time I was getting so pissed. We was playing basketball and somebody fouled me. I went and I punched a treadmill so fucking hard. I broke the treadmill. I'm talking about I had so much aggression in me at that time. Shit. I ain't gonna say all the information on it. I punched a treadmill. Then I remember one day, this dude named Atkins, Tony
Wait. We not about to breeze past that.
The treadmill?
A treadmill, my nigga?
Yes, bro. I'm talking not a treadmill, a bike, one of the little bike.
Even then, nigga,
bro, I'm talking about
it's a heavy bag somewhere.
Man, look. So then I go from there, and so then I had just got into like this walking like anger depression. That's when we was coming down there to go to that Wizards Blazers game.
Yeah.
And then I just remember one day like somebody fouled me. Atkins had fouled me in the back of the head because this was around the time we was playing spades. He was talking real raspy, and I ain't say nothing. I was just like, all right, cool. I remember when he fouled me at that game. I cocked my hand back so fast.
Pause.
And I just let it go. But my playlist that year was so my playlist was so violent. I'm talking about Keep It Gangsta, Jeezy was on. I'm talking about it wasn't a murder track out there.
Nigga.
Mind you, I ain't never shot shit. You couldn't hold me. I wasn't a killer that year. I'm talking about I was going. And you know, just like they told me when I was 29 and I wanted to box, you too old to be a killer at that point. But I've been in plenty of fights. I said, you know, like they say, when you smoke weed, the next thing up is cocaine and crack. Well, you don't fall. The next thing up is killing. So hey, at that point,
I don't subscribe to that. Fuck all that.
Well, you know, hey, you just telling you. At that point, you could tell me nothing. But I was just like, I gotta go to work Monday. I can't be hiding and shit like that. I got 2 different charges. I got murder and UA. So say all that to say,
you needed a hug and some encouragement.
Man,
we say all that to say. We love you.
I say all that to say, if you would have hugged me back then, I would have stabbed you.
I know. Shit.
Niggas don't even know. Then on top of that, everybody else was depressed too. So I was like, don't you want to just kill somebody too? Y'all know. All right. So
we caught. They got us. That's what you was
Hey, bro. Hey, man. What's that one video on First 48?
Remember that body we caught? Yeah, man. They came in about it. I told them you was there
what's
too.
What's that one video on First 48 where they was just like, where you sit in the this is one dude coming up in there and he ain't snitching. And then his friend just come in there and say, bro, they already know, bro. Just go ahead and tell them, bro. Just take it easy.
What?
The nigga is you. Anyways, second, because April Fools will be a joke. We're going to go back to a wholesome podcast. When I say wholesome, I just mean it ain't going to just be as raunchy and extra as it has, man. But until then, while we're in March, because Mitch's birthday is next week, we're going to be with that bullshit for a couple more days. So with that being said, we're going to have the official March Madness. All right, man. It's been another episode of 8-Boy-92 podcast. We always keep on it. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace. Happy birthday, Mitch. Yo. Welcome back to another episode of the 8 Morning 92 podcast where we always keep it 100. You heard none of them sound effects, did you?
Nah. Hey. Told y'all niggas I was gonna keep it street. Hey.
Oh, then how you coming, Glock?
Pause.
Okay.
It's the 8 Morning 92 podcast. You know how we do. We always keep it 100.
Yeah.